morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. It's the 31st of Marzo, 2018. My email is rick, rick0327@me.com. Okay. Please email me if you require paperwork for child support. I don't know how this all started, but I'm getting a lot of people with different like criminal issues. Like I don't know how watching my channel and I'm speaking about child support and how I've given the impression that, you know, I'm here educating you about how to fight criminal matters. I don't know how that began. Maybe you're not watching the whole videos. Maybe, you know, I don't know what it is. All right? But my paperwork is for child support. That's it. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely take my paperwork and remove a few words and use it for, you know, for criminal matters like, you know, nature and cause, special appearance, you know, because I base my paperwork on constitutional principles. Okay? That's why my paperwork, you know, should work everywhere. Okay, that's all I care about, you know, because if a law or a procedure doesn't comply or act in pursuance of a constitutional right, it's not constitutional. Okay, so like for instance, in these child support hearings, one of the you know, the big comebacks from these people is, well, we don't have to give you a trial by jury. Yes, you do. I don't care what the law says. You know, then it's an unconstitutional law. It's that simple. Because then you implement the 14th Amendment. All right. Now you got to be careful. Now, I'm going to segue into this. I recognize you have to do your research, and what I'm going to tell you is you have to be careful who you're getting your information from. All right? There are a lot of self-important people out there who took it upon themselves to do their own research, and because they're very self-important, they decided to start their own channel and start telling you guys about their understanding of the law without ever practicing it. There are a lot of channels out there, guys. You have to be careful. A lot of so-called experts who've never stepped inside of a courtroom. None. And somehow that gives them the right to start a channel and start giving you their opinions of the law. That's why you have to be careful. I am not one of those people. Okay? I didn't start asking for gifts until I was victorious. Okay? The first 6 months of my channel, actually, longer than that, I never asked for a gift from anybody. Because I didn't feel I had the right. That's just the way I am. I'm principled that way. Okay? But there are a lot of these so-called expert channels. You know, one guy I used to follow, and I checked this whole channel, the history of his channel, and the guy has no videos or anything of any struggle, of his struggle fighting, you know, a case, if you want to call it a matter. None. And so, you know, listen, the guy, you know, the guy has good stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's not practiced. Okay? Now, the 14th Amendment, there are a lot of people out there. That's why you have to be careful. Now, that's why I'm segueing into this now, because I was leaning into how the 14th Amendment protects us from states creating these laws and procedures, you know, acts Family Court Acts and all this other stuff that tell you you're not entitled to a trial by jury. When in very plain English, the 7th Amendment of the Bill of Rights says that any controversy of $20 or more is you're entitled to a trial by jury in accordance, like I'm paraphrasing now, but in accordance with common law. All right. So if a state is causing you to participate in child support proceedings, and then they're telling you you're not entitled to a trial by jury, they are very, plainly depriving you of your rights. And then you invoke your 14th Amendment. Now, I've always said, I've mentioned in my videos that there are people out there that are like, well, the 14th Amendment makes you a slave. Listen, you go into court with that argument, and I guarantee you're going to get thrown out. Okay? I guarantee it. And then it also shows that, that they're not practiced in court. That is creating another argument that you're going to have to win. So besides trying to win the child support argument, then you got to prove that, well, the 14th Amendment was never ratified. It was during the Civil War, blah, 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 the Civil Rights Act, blah, 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 blah. I know all this stuff, guys. I've read it. I've seen all the same videos you've seen. Except the 14th Amendment helps us. It doesn't make us slaves as you want to claim. One guy, this guy's a beauty. This guy, this guy just stumbled upon my channel, started emailing me at 3 o'clock in the morning. All right, there was one of the first signs. All right, and then he wouldn't stop emailing me. And he wouldn't stop emailing me, and he sent me a gift, got my paperwork right away. You do know the 14th Amendment makes you a slave. I'm like, come on, dude, please. All right, I knew right away that this guy was going to be trouble. Another expert, because he's repeating what he heard from somebody else, all these other experts. Okay? It's not going to help you going into court, raising other arguments, adding more arguments to win when you want to just win the basic argument. All right? That your due process is being denied, and the order of support that was issued in violation of due process under the 14th Amendment, okay, is void. Very simple. Very simple. All right? So, this guy, all he was doing was repeating what he read or seen somewhere else. All right? Let's just stick to the basics. All right? And yes, I've always encouraged you guys and ladies to do research, but please be careful where you get your information from. All right? Again, there are plenty of experts out there. It's like somebody teaching you how to repair a car, right? But they never got their hands dirty before. Okay? And listen, I tried all of these things. I tried all of these things. I tried the UCC. I tried the IMN. The capitalization, the lower I. I tried all of that stuff. Tried it all. So I'm speaking from experience. All right? And you know what I decided? I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to stick to the Constitution. All right? I'm going to write the way I want to write. All right? I use all capital letters in all my paperwork. I don't care. Because it doesn't matter. All it matters is facts and evidence. And no judge is ever going to admit that the 14th Amendment was not ratified and you are a slave. They are never going to admit that. They have to admit that the 14th Amendment is an amendment, okay, that protects you from state laws that deprive you of due process, and that requires everybody, courts and your employer, everybody involved, equal protection of the law. Okay? But we're talking about the courts. All right? So the courts must provide us equal protection of the law. All right? So, you know, I had to get this out because it was irking me from this, you know, this guy, because I know he's not, I know he's not the only one out there. And you know, I have my own theory and I apply it with my paperwork. If you read it, it's very simple. The Constitution, the Constitution, the Constitution. Okay, if we just stick to the Constitution, we got to make it difficult for these people because they are all bound by the Constitution. We have to find something that everybody is bound by, and that is our Constitution. And then you couple it with the state constitution. The state constitution has to be in accordance with, obviously, the United States Constitution. It's very simple stuff. Okay? So, you know, just understand that you are entitled, under the Constitution, under the Bill of Rights, you are entitled to due process. Right? You are entitled to you have rights that protect you from your property being seized, unless by a warrant. Well, we know it's income withholding order is not a warrant. Okay, that's very simple. We know the Fifth Amendment requires due process, that you cannot have your life, liberty, or property taken unless by due process. And then the 14th Amendment is an offshoot of the Fifth Amendment. Okay? All right? The Sixth Amendment is a trial by jury in criminal matters. Seventh is a trial by jury in civil matters, controversies of $20 or more. Okay? And you know, we move on, all right? You know, there's a bunch of other ones. We're not going to get into all of them, right? But right now we're just focusing on that, all right? So just understand that you got to be careful of where you're getting your information from, okay? Be careful. You know, if there's a channel that you're following that you like their information, roll with it, okay? But if they start giving you the, that radical thing, well, you're under the 14th Amendment, you're a citizen, and that only gives you this right and that right. I get all of that. We're only interested in the rights that protect us from some fake judge holding these fake hearings to take our real money. Okay? So let's just stick to the basics. All right, guys. All right, I'm gonna end the video there at the 14-minute mark. All right. I had another success story. All right, another success story, and I'll show you guys when I'm on my computer next time. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.